Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lifevantage overview. We are a health and wellness company that's like nothing out there. There's no competition. My name is Marisa Maggio Harelson, and I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. And I have been with this amazing company for 13 years. I'm going to share a little bit about my story. I'm going to share some of the product stories, some of them, and I'm going to also share the LifeVantage opportunity story because somebody you know, if not yourself, may be looking for a way to create that extra bit of leveraged income, that income that works for you while you sleep. And know that what you're getting ready to learn about today is not too good to be true because it is true. There's a lot to this company, LifeVantage. We are publicly traded on the NASDAQ, and we're bringing a breakthrough technology to the world. It's a very exciting time to be in this space of nutrigenomics, nutrition for the genes, activating your own God-given genes. So really what you are born with is not necessarily what you have or what, people think, oh, it runs in the family, it's genetic. But really only about 2% of your body is genetically mapped. It's up to you, the environment that you put yourself in, and the foods you eat and the choices you make that can make all the difference in your health and wellness and vitality as we are all aging. So LifeVantage, we are known as the activation company, meaning we activate the body's system. So hopefully you don't have to medicate the symptoms. So we activate our cells, the brain, the gut, the tissues, the immune system, skin and hair. You're going to learn all about inside and outside beauty. It all started, though, with an ABC investigative report. Why are you learning about LifeVantage? Well, John Quinones, an ABC news reporter, also an 11-time Emmy award-winning reporter, did an investigative report in 2005 on this flagship product, Protandim NRF2 activator. Combination of 5 plants that works synergistically to activate one of the most important anti-aging pathways in the human body. His blood work was so profound that in 2 weeks, his oxidative stress level, that's free radical damage, I'll talk to you a little bit more about what that means, was reduced by 45% in less than 2 weeks. So there was a flurry of activity that happened after that ABC News report aired. There were $5 million of orders. The company's stock went from $1 to $20 a share. But guess what? They were a biotech company out of the University of Colorado. They didn't have a manufacturing plant. They didn't have a sales team. They were a bunch of scientists working in this lab. So they scrambled to get it online and in store shelves. It was in GNCs, Rite Aid, CVS pharmacies for 3 years, sitting next to $5 and $10 antioxidants. Well, guess what? People were buying the $5 and $10 antioxidants. This was about $50 a bottle in a really ugly white bottle at the time that said guaranteed to fight free radical damage. Well, no one knows what free radical damage is at that time, and more people are learning about it now. So in 2009, they did a test, half the year retail, half the year people-to-people distribution, and guess what? People-to-people distribution, network marketing outsold by 300% because when you love something, you tell somebody. And when it comes to your health, if something is working for you, you would really want your friends to know about it. So here's what Protandim NRF2 activator is doing. It's reducing that oxidative stress on average 40% in 30 days, has over 30 clinical peer-reviewed published studies and multiple patents. What is oxidative stress? Basically is the wear and tear of our bodies caused by aging, caused by the 80,000 new chemicals that have been introduced into the Industrial Revolution, herbicides, pesticides, poor sleep, just bad choices in life, wreaks its havoc, and then it affects every organ in the body. So it's not a disease, but it's linked to the aging and disease processes. So have you heard of, kidney issues, autoimmune issues, heart issues? Number one cause of cancers are free radical damage, oxidative stress. If you go to pubmed.gov, your taxpayer dollars pay for this. This is the National Institutes of Health Medical Library. And you type in Protandim, you're going to see these beautiful studies on Protandim. And from Harvard to Mayo Clinic, American Heart Association, where they were able to stop right-sided heart failure in mice. They partnered with Virginia Commonwealth. The National Institute on Aging did a 10-year federally funded study to see if mice lived longer, and it equated to 5 more human years. There's even a skin cancer study from LSU. They did it 2 more times because they couldn't believe the results on how they were able to stop melanoma in mice from growing by 33% and the multiplicity by over 57%. So that's our flagship product, Protandim NRF2, and that's why we're here. But now we've evolved over the years. So we have a couple more activators for the cells to boost mitochondria and also boost your NAD molecule, which is really just about cleaning the cells, having more energy, and getting all the gunk out. In fact, when you take all 3 of our Protandim products together, there's another type of synergy that happens, and it's amplifying these certain pathways that are responsible for fighting oxidative stress, for increasing your mitochondria, the engine of the cell, and also increasing that NAD pathway exponentially. It's mind-boggling what's happening. So as we've evolved 3 years ago, we came out with the first ever activating liquid collagen. And you're going to understand now why liquid collagens are so much better than a powder collagen, which can actually cause a little more bloating and inflammation. And those fibers, those molecules of the powder don't break down enough to get into the cells, the collagen cells. So what makes ours superior is it has 10 marine peptides in it, and it's an activator. This ruby red quinoa extract is what helps the cell go, wow, you need to turn back on your own collagen genes. And if you don't know anything about collagen, well, now you do, because it's the glue that holds your body together. It is the internal structure. If we were to take it out of our body, we would be a blob on the floor. It is responsible not just for skin, hair, and nails, like many of us think, but it's also responsible for bone health, joint health, tissue, muscles, tendons, bones, all of it. It's the structure. So you can see when people age, they start losing their collagen, their skin gets crepey, their hair gets a little more fragile, and nails. But can you imagine what's happening on the inside? In this picture, you can see in just 8 weeks the difference in the collagen density. So beautiful to see the yellow. The yellow is the actual collagen. So you're activating your own collagen. It is also helping boost the immune system by helping these fibroblast cells. You don't have to know all the science about it. I'm reading it on the screen. Helping these fibroblast cells reduce unnecessary signals to the immune system. So basically, it is helping your connective tissues because your collagen is throughout the entire body, and so are your fibroblast cells. So it's also turning down the main genes that actually cause the breakdown of collagen, and it's turning back on the main genes that actually make collagen. I'm not going to go through every one of these pictures. I just wanted to show you because people have had remarkable results. I'm going to fly through these pictures, but this is a friend of ours in Lifevantage. You can see the difference in him and this woman here on the right, and look under her neck. You can see the inflammation is getting better. The skin is getting better. The lines are getting better. And you can see that even the stretch marks are even getting better. Look at her fine lines and wrinkles and the plumpness of the skin. We call that glow. And when you take it, that Protandim, together with the collagen, it's increasing your own collagen density 100%. Isa Dinerman, who is a esthetician who's on this call today, I'm actually going to ask her to just share a little bit about why, as an esthetician, she thinks this is so important.
So, this is a total wellness product. And so when people are looking to improve the visible signs of aging, because our skin is the largest organ, it's the first space, the first place that we see signs of aging, our hands, our neck, right, our face. And so when we can reduce that cellular stress, oxidative stress, increase mitochondrial production, we're not only going to see help with the fine lines, the wrinkles. We're also going to see less pigmentation. That's a big issue that many clients of mine actually struggle with as they age. Spots on the hands, so all of these tie together because they're related to cellular health. And so when oxidative stress goes unchecked, as far as a beauty professional, we're seeing it in excessive wrinkling, hyperpigmentation, redness, very reactive skin, very reactive tissues, and when the gut is out of balance from high levels of inflammation. We're also going to see that in the skin. So I just see this, Marisa, you did a beautiful description of the collagen, just saying that this is a total wellness product and reducing that cellular stress, you're going to see less inflammation overall.
Let me unmute myself. Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, I'll get back to the presentation. Thank you for that. So important because, our skin is our largest organ. So moving on, we also have things for the brain. Yes, mental clarity and focus. Axio Brain Drink, which I'm actually drinking right now. And I got a little bit of the mind body. We'll talk about mind body in it in just a moment. I'm actually having the peach nectarine, which is a new flavor that just came back. It was a limited time last summer, and it's really delicious. Tastes like a peach cream popsicle that I'm drinking right now. So this has no sugar, no carbonation in it. Axio is a nootropic, nutrition for the brain. It powers your brain and your body. I always say it gives your brain a hug. This child is actually on the spectrum. This child had focus issues. This was over 10 years ago. And I was actually talking to his uncle the other day, who's a doctor, and he's on the science advisory board for Lifevantage. And this child would get in trouble all the time at school. When Axio came out, they just started him on Axio. And the teacher was like calling the parents saying, I can't believe what clarity he has, and he's focusing, and he's not having to go out of the room to take his tests. Today, that child is playing sports. He's graduating from high school, and he's actually graduating with his class with honors. And his mom held him back in kindergarten because of his focus issues, and he actually graduated with his class. So pretty amazing. The class he was normally going to be graduating with. I'm going to talk a little bit about skin, and Isa, if you want to pop on anytime, you're more than welcome to. I love this True Renew. It's a retinol-based, plant-based alternative. It's not a retinol, sorry. It's a plant-based alternative that is an alternative to a retinol. And it's made with cranberry peptides. It actually won an award for most innovative product line, and you can feel the difference. So, Isa, do you want to say anything about our skincare line?
I love how simple it is. I love that there's no consumer confusion of what to do. It's just we all have oxidative stress. We know that our NRF2 activation in the skincare reduces that, and it's phenomenal. It's a simple system for everyone, and I can't say that I've seen anyone use this and not see visible changes in the skin.
It's beautiful. In fact, I have a 93-year-old, he's so wonderful. I have a 93-year-old customer. He's been on Protandim for, I think, 10, 11 years. And today I ordered him 3 eye lifts. He loves the True Lift. He said, Marisa, I put it on, I can see the wrinkles go away. And he always gets Protandim, and he always gets the probiotic. I mean, he gets the True Hydrate, and he loves it. And he said, and he just sent me a video that he was featured on one of the TV stations here for his 93rd birthday, and he looks amazing. People can't believe he's 93. So activate the body. And now we're going to talk about activating your GLP-1 hormone. So you're going to hear a lot about this. In fact, it's like the buzzword out there, and a lot of people are getting these synthetic shots to lose weight. And when you do that, and there are reasons for that, so I'm not going to get into all of that, but I am going to say you do slow down your actual GLP-1 hormone from working, right? Because you've got a synthetic in there. We all know that. But this is for people who are looking for a natural solution to activate this hormone that is way more has way more to do than just losing weight. This is a total metabolic enhancement system. This is actually a system that works on so many different parts of our body because the GLP-1 receptors are throughout our entire body. The hormone lies in our gut. So this is helping people take back control of their health through food and having a healthier relationship with their mind and their body and food forever. And that's why I love that it's called the Mind Body Enhance and the Mind Body Core.
Mhm.
So you first take the core first thing in the morning, and it's 2 capsules, and then you wait at least 30 minutes before adding anything else into your health regimen. And this is a fiber, and it's delicious. It's a vanilla taste. When you mix it with one of our Axios, like even lemonade, it's like a lemon meringue pie. But the GLP-1 receptors are through the pancreas, the stomach, the brain. So this is helping with blood sugar, heart function, brain function, neurological function, your gut, your liver, and your kidneys. And here is what happened in, actually, this is now at our global convention. They actually increased, they did a study and found that it was a 200% increase of your own GLP-1 hormone. So I need to change that, but that's pretty fantastic. Average loss was 9 pounds in 8 weeks, up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks. 100% who lost muscle or who lost weight did not lose muscle, no muscle loss at all. And you know that on these synthetics, that is definitely an issue that people are having. And up to 27% reduction, you all, in visceral fat. That is the harmful fat that surrounds our organs. So this is even more important than the body fat. We had 5% reduction in body fat, and there's a patent pending on this as well. There's also a patent pending on the Healthy Glow Stack, the protandim and the collagen. You can see on this screen, there's also all kinds of 95% people had reduced sugar cravings. 82% took back control of their relationship. I don't have to read all the things, but you can see there that's just been absolutely remarkable results. I'm not going to go into all of the video right now, but I am going to show you what that video is saying. And that is basically, here's some beautiful before and after pictures, right? So documentation beats conversation, that's for sure. You can't suck in back fat, that's for sure. And this is a friend of ours in Lifevantage, and Al has even lost more weight than this. And actually, he stopped drinking alcohol. You're going to hear more and more people say, oh my gosh, my relationship with sugar has changed. My relationship with alcohol has changed. I just don't feel like I need as much or want as much. And so that's actually all really good things, right? That was Shauna before, and this is Kim here. And here's Marcy, which I think is just phenomenal. She looks incredible. She's here in Arizona as well. So what else can we activate? Well, LifeVantage is called the Activation Nation. We can activate our pocketbooks. We can activate our own financial health. We can become smarter when it comes to financial abundance. So how does that work? Well, if you fall in love with these products and a few basic business principles, you can actually create a beautiful life. You can pay for your products. It depends on what level you're at, what your needs are. We help you design that. And our CEO, Steve Fife, has such extraordinary visionary leadership. We are financially transparent. We're a debt-free, publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. LFVN is our stock ticker. We rang the closing bell on Wall Street last summer. We did it another time right before COVID. We've been featured in Newsweek magazine, Forbes magazine as the stock to buy. And guess what? We offer health insurance. Can you believe that? That is so extraordinary because a lot of people won't leave their jobs because they need to have health insurance. Now, we don't ask you to leave your job because this takes time to build. This is an asset-based business. But if you're consistent, I promise you in 3 to 5 years, this can create, if you're following the system, it can create a life, and everybody's results are different. But if you follow the system and you attend our events, I would be very surprised if you didn't make it in this business because it is an extraordinary, extraordinary business. We also have a legacy program. We give back to charities. We build homes in Mexico. We do all kinds of wonderful charitable events. Our Evolve compensation plan is, I'm just going to highlight a few things about it, and just share with you guys a little bit about my story when I learned about LifeVantage. This compensation plan is evolved, and it is beautiful. It helps those that maybe just want to be customer gatherers, just want to share it, not interested in really building a team. They can earn up to 30% commission. And we pay way beyond that. There are multiple ways this company pays consultants to share the products, to build and grow a team, and to lead a movement. And with that, there's opportunities to be flown out and get more leadership skills at our growth summit. That we have trips that you can earn. Recently, many of us went over to South Africa in February. We have an Alaska cruise happening in August. That's going to be a lot of fun. And there's some people on this call that are going to be there. So here's just a little example. Let's just say someone wants to buy the Healthy Glow Stack and maybe an Axio or a hand cream. They're now going to have 152 volume points. That's about dollar, not quite dollar for point. This is an example. If you had seven friends doing that, if you had got seven friends on this beautiful healthy glow stack, the collagen and protandem, you're going to make about 275 a month, which definitely will pay for your product. Now, if you got more people, like you're really getting after it, you're having fun. We have a lot of social media people that like to share this on social media, influencers, and they're now making about 1,400 a month because they've got 27 friends on this. Now, if you have a friend that wants to do this with you, like, oh my gosh, my friend so and so wants to do this with me, well, then you start multiplying, you start duplicating, and things start duplicating, and you can easily earn over $20,000 a year just in customer gatherers because you're a diamond seller, and you're now making about 30% commission off every customer order that comes through your organization. But for those of us that see a business, there's way beyond that. That's just one of the aspects of being paid. But for a new customer or a new consultant, just know that you can earn multiple bonuses. We have a period, your first 90 days, to help you get to one of our foundation ranks called Senior Consultant 1. And then if you build and grow a team, you can earn up to 9 levels of commissions. I'm not going to get into all of that right now. That's another training in itself. But basically, you're being rewarded for helping and supporting other people grow their businesses. And you also get leadership matching bonuses for mentoring and helping others be successful, because in this business, you're only as successful as the people that you help. And when you hit the executive ranks of our company, which I did in 5 years, not having any network marketing experience. I'm a former television news journalist, and I've worked in, video production, things like that. And I teach yoga today and breath work and meditation. I'm getting to live my life the way I want to live my life as a mom. Now my children are 25 and 23, but they were 10 and 12 when I joined, and I was wanting to be home with them. And when you hit this executive rank, the leadership pool, you're taking part in global revenue sharing. And I can share a little bit more about what that looks like for those that are interested a little bit later. Being that we're publicly traded, this earnings income disclosure statement is on our website under resources at the bottom. And the third column says average monthly commissions at paid rank. It's highlighted now. So we try to help get our new people to what's called a Senior Consultant 1 in their first 90 days. It's a foundation rank, and they're making a little over $300 a month. As they start building, they probably got one, maybe two consultants just starting to get started with them. This is a totally beautiful, different business model that most people that have worked in corporate America or not, or who have never really experienced being an entrepreneur, may not know about. But that's why we're educating people, because you can create a leveraged lifestyle for yourself. Maybe while you're working full time on your job, you can work part time on your fortune. And I can promise you that you could be invited to another call and meet others that are really doing extremely well in this business. We do get people into the managing consultant level, and that is, well, now you've gotten started and you're growing a team, and the company flies you out to what's called our growth summit when you hit managing consultant 1, and you maintain that for a total of 3 months. They fly you to Utah, go up in the mountains, and they just pour into you and give you all the leadership training you need, as well as other executive leaders that go there and share and show you what they have done. So in 5 years, I hit executive consultant 1, and that is an extraordinary income. You're making about 10% of what the monthly volume is. So executive consultant 1 is about 80,000 organizational volume points. So you're making probably about 80,000 a year. Executive consultant 2 is 150,000 And so you're making over 14,000 on average. Everybody's results are different. This is the average monthly commissions. We are audited every 90 days because we are a publicly traded company. So that's, to me, we are financially transparent. That is huge when you're looking at an opportunity. In October, this past October, when we launched the GLP-1 mind body system, my business shot up because my team also they became more successful in their business. So I hit what was called executive consultant 3, and that is over 300,000 organizational volume points coming through your business. And you guys, if 12, 13 years ago someone would have told me that this is what would be happening with me in my life, this time in my life, I would not have believed you. I was in a dark place at the time. My mother had just died unexpectedly. I quit working. I was working for a wedding magazine, and I stopped working because I was so depressed. And I was a brand new yoga teacher. So I was putting all my time into going to the yoga studio and just healing that way. And it was at yoga that I overheard a conversation. And that conversation literally changed my life. And I will say, there's a quote from Tony Robbins. It's in the moments of decision where your destiny is shaped. And that is truly what happened. I locked arms with one of my yoga students who introduced this to me, one of the top leaders of Lifevantage, still is to this day. And she shared with me and locked arms with me and showed me the way. And others did too. We have an incredible support team. So there's no reason why people cannot be successful. I put my blinders on, I saw the opportunity, and I went to work. And that's what I would say for those that, whether they can do this part-time because they're working full-time, do it sometime. Be it consistent. Do it 2 shares a day every day, or even one person a day every day. I'm thinking of you. I just started a business that I'm working part-time on this, incredible opportunity while I'm working full-time on my job, and I feel amazing. My health has changed. Like, the stories here have been absolutely phenomenal. And if anyone wanted to share one more of those stories before we get off, that's great. But we have opportunities to come in as a consultant or a customer. 90% of LifeVantage is customer based. You get the best rate as a consultant, but that's only if you're going to share. Like, come in and share, and then you get 20% off retail. Subscribing customers get 10% off. We have lots of different stacks that you can come in on. And here's one of our packs. I talk about this one mostly. We have packs that for consultants that range anywhere from $250 to $999. The $999, you're getting all the products basically, and except for our hair care, which is Nerf 2 activated. You can buy that and have it in your next month's subscription if you want. But you get 2 free tickets to our next conventions. You have a year to use those up. And those in themselves are well over $100. So there's a big savings here. And we just really love to, if you're going to build the business, you want to know what these products do, and you want to be able to experience them firsthand and share that with others, right? So we have different opportunities to come in that way. I want to leave you with this because Erin Brockovich served on our board of directors for 5 years. And I love what she says. If you follow your heart, you listen to your gut, and you extend your hand to help another, not for any agenda, but for the sake of humanity, you're going to find the truth. And I really believe that LifeVantage has been just a godsend for me, on so many different levels, and introduced me to some of the most beautiful people on this planet, that I wouldn't know if it weren't for this opportunity. To have my sister doing this business with me also is so extraordinary. That's Mia there on the screen. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being on. And for those that are watching the recording, please get back to the person that invited you to this, so we can get your questions answered, and we can, find out if you'd like to be a customer or if you'd like to be a consultant and either pay for your products or create part-time, full-time, or life-changing income, because I can promise you it has been absolutely life-changing. Thank you so much.